he's a boy, his name is Junior.
I'm not agreeing to that. I'm sorry. But Sanders Broadnix is not a junior.
I know, but technically it could be Broadnix.
But that's not gonna happen. Because I'm not married. Right. So my last name is going as well.
So we're going.
Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all my new subscribers. As you can see from the clip, cousins, we're about to get into a situation with Deiondra Saunders and Jacquees. I don't know if you guys know of the guy who swears he's the king of R&B, but I don't really. When's the last time Jacquees came out with a song, honestly? And most of the time, he really makes songs of other people's songs. Or am I wrong? I don't know. Comment down below, cousins. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. But anyway, Deiondra Saunders is the daughter of Deion Saunders. We already know who he is. There is no introduction needed. But would you give your baby the dad's name? Would you give it your name? Or would you give your baby a hyphenated name? Unpack your thoughts in the comments, cousins. Everybody's probably different, but in this situation alone is what I'm speaking on. This is Deiondra Saunders. Okay? This is the daughter of Deion Saunders. Okay?
My son is a Cartwright.
Like, at the end of the day, what? Like, come on. Like, that's all I thought about when I saw this video. Honestly, that's the first scene that came to my head when I saw this video. Because it's like, do you know whose daughter this is? You want the baby to have your last name? Like, let's be honest here. Saunders' last name. What is Jacquees' last name? Does anybody know? What is Jacquees' last name? Somebody please tell us in the comment section below. Somebody. But in all seriousness, cousins, conversations like this should be had way before you are pregnant. I don't understand why things are being had after the fact instead of being proactive. End of the day, we hold the vessel. We are the body. We are the carriers. We know. Okay? We hold it. So we have to hold ourselves accountable. And I'm not taking away from the trash men that are out here impregnating women just willy-nilly. But at the end of the day, we know when we do what we do and we don't use what we're supposed to, we know what can happen. So at the end of the day, there's no way that things just happen. Everybody, we're adults. Jacquees, you're acting like you're going to be the one taking care of the responsibility of the baby most of the time. The baby is going to be with Deiondra. You guys are not married, so who's to know if 10 years from now you're still going to be around for her or the baby. It's not a guarantee. And many men always say, I'm going to always be there for my child. I'm going to always be there for my child. And it happens sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So who wants to take a gamble on their child's life before they're even here? I don't think anybody wants to do that. And I saw a girl on TikTok said that a lot of men was basically angry at the fact that women were stating that the baby should have their last name instead of the dad's. But the woman said, well, why don't... I'm going to see if I could probably get her name and add it in the video. But she said, so why don't me and my baby have the same last name then? Oh, okay. And that just... okay, because if you guys already have the same last name, then it would be no problem. Right. Okay, then. That is what the order was supposed to be. And we had everybody, we've kind of fallen off track. But we just got to get back to that slowly but surely. I do want to say congratulations to Deiondra because she does have fibroids. This is her first child. Regardless of who the baby father is, a baby is a blessing at the end of the day. Unfortunately, though, Deiondra's family, they don't really like Jacquees, and they are not hesitant to talk about that. But we need to get into that. But before we do, cousins, did you guys hear about the situation that happened in December of 2023 with Dreezy and Jacquees, and which Dreezy is Jacquees' ex from back in the day? They were together for a while. And, you know, sometimes with that ex that you just can't stop being with, it's very hard to let go. I think the fact that Deiondra got pregnant so early in the relationship can also be a major red flag. things like that, you have to be very careful because you really don't know people that well in the early stages of any relationship. So I really do wish them the best when it comes to this whole situation. Cousins, before we get into the drama with Dreezy and let's just go into Deiondra because some people, they don't really know who she is. Let's get into it real quick.
Deiondra was born in 1992, and from a very early age, she found herself in the public eye. Here she is with Coach Prime during his Atlanta Falcons days. As a child, she described herself as kind of a loner. The family was always moving, and the kids in school picked on her because of her famous dad. Then she realized that she was living the life that they had only dreamed of, traveling, meeting celebrities, and her favorite, living in mansions with a private chef. It wasn't until years later she started to open up, being on her dad's reality show, a brief appearance on the BET show Games People Play, and another brief appearance on the reality show Paradise Hotel. It was during the sequestering period of Paradise Hotel, no TV, phones, or contact with the outside world, that she credits with a moment of clarity in finding herself and what she wanted to do. Currently, she works with athletes to brand and market them. First gaining experience working with her dad and her brothers, she offers that her dad's name gets her in the door, but it's her hard work and dedication that keeps her in the room.
Cousins, as you can see from the clip, Deiondra has her own motion. Her family has bigger motion than Jacquees. So she really doesn't need him at the end of the day. And honestly, I really do hope that they do stay together. I do not believe in broken homes and creating broken homes. But this situation is a little bit sticky. All right. So let's just get into the situation in December 2023 with Dreezy coming out, basically stating that Jacquees is still trying to get with her, even though he was already dating Deiondra. And at this time, she was already pregnant. So let's just get into that real quick.
All right, back in December, Jacquees and Deion Sanders' daughter, Deiondra, went public with their relationship. Now, Dreezy and Jacquees are exes. They was on and off again for years or whatever. This came after he ended it with Dreezy or whatever, or Dreezy ended it with him. Recently, she went online and she said, "My ex is obsessed with me." Now, for those who don't know the details, Deiondra and Jacquees, they went public in December, like around Christmas or whatever. And so Dreezy has sent him some underwear with her face on it to the house or whatever. But this was before Christmas. It was back in December, but it was before Christmas. So she wanted to stop it. Like she wanted to let him know, like, you might get a package at your house from me, but please throw it away. It's from a long time ago, right? And he wanted to give it to her in person, any excuse to see your ex. But this, now back to the tweets. So she said, "My ex is so obsessed with me. It's so cute." So then Deiondra responded to Dreezy and was like, "Why would he switch out a dime for a penny?" Now, all right, you're supposed to just relax a little bit, don't say nothing. So then she tweeted again. Dreezy ain't even say nothing. And Deiondra tweeted again and was like, "Obsessed is when you still sending underwear with your face on it to the crib." So then Dreezy came back and said, "No, obsessed is y'all having a baby on the way, but the nigga begging me to get pregnant because he barely F with you, bird brain." That is crazy. I was like, oh my God, no. That is crazy, right? Now listen, what's crazy about this, Dreezy, and I'm gonna beat her butt for this, because they didn't even expose the fact that they was having a baby yet, so she actually put that out there. That's how she announced it.
How she know you're pregnant though? Like, how would she know that?
Jacquees, hello. So that's what I'm saying. How ain't nobody know but her, because he still be talking to her. Now listen, because and that plays to this fact right here. So she also Dreezy posted text messages, screenshots of Jacquees saying all this stuff, and she barely responded. He said, "I want you. I don't want her. You are my true love. Seriously, I need you to help me. Sex does not define love. If you trying to find love in sex, you finna F everybody. Kids do not define a family. I want you, Dreezy. I've told you time after time, can we have a baby? You told me out your mouth, Jacquees, don't ever ask me about a baby again. So like, what the F?" And then she responded and said, "Okay, and I'm glad I made the right choice." So then he said, "All right, see Andrea." That's her name. All right, so basically, "All right, Dreezy, I will come to you today. I want you. You telling me this gonna break us?" She said, "Jacquees, ain't no us." Said, she said, "The F, I turn down your nigga every day for you. And this is the thanks that I get around this MFer." I know that's right, Dreezy. Okay.
let's be real, cousins. Deiondra, I'm so sorry. You started that, girl. You should have just stayed pretty and not said a thing. You didn't have to say nothing. Her tweeting that her ex was obsessed with her, that is her perspective. He is obsessed. Look at the text. One thing a man gonna do is embarrass you. Okay? And especially sometimes when you're pregnant and they barely know you. Oh baby, they gonna embarrass you. They gonna embarrass you. And it happens all the time. We see it every day. So I I'm not surprised that Jacquees was saying that he wished it was her that was pregnant. And the only reason why he really is saying all of this is because he think at that moment he probably thought that he had an opportunity to get back with her. And maybe he did. But once she saw that he went public with Deiondra, why I keep saying her name wrong? She probably was over it at that point, because you're not going to go public with the next one and then come back and be with me. Absolutely not. Cousins, unpack your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that Dreezy was wrong for outing the pregnancy before Deiondra or Jacquees did? Let me know. I just want to know, why do exes always feel like they need to tell you if they got somebody pregnant? Like, nobody cares. He did not even have to tell Dreezy that. He could have just announced it to the world and kept living his life. What was the purpose of him telling her? Like, somebody let me know in the comments, please. What was the purpose of that? And it must be pretty embarrassing that Deiondra at the time thought that she had one up on Dreezy by stating that she sent the boxers with her face on it to the house, when at the end of the day, those texts are embarrassing. Any man that knows that he has you pregnant and he's out here telling another woman that he wants to be with her and he'd rather her be pregnant, he is trash. And the fact that Deiondra is pregnant right now, it's only the beginning of what's to come. Unfortunately, how a man treats you while you are pregnant, that sets the tone for how he's going to treat you for time to come. And even though right now he's probably trying to get it right and get it together, that's because she's pregnant. That's because they are probably still together right now. But cousins, we're going to have to keep watching and see how this turns out. It's unfortunate that with all of the status that Deiondra has, this is the type of guy that she chooses to be the father of her child. This is the type of situation that she wants to deal with. And honestly, you could see from a mile away the type of person and man that Jacquees is, or lack thereof. So she kind of put herself into this situation. And cousins, I just want you guys to all know, let us all be Dreezy, the one that got away. Let us never be a Deiondra. I'm sorry to say that. And I'm not saying that it's not going to work out, to each their own. But why put yourself in this situation when you don't need to be in this situation? Deiondra could have kept it pushing. She did not. All of this did not have to happen. And I do wish them all the best. But we got to be realistic, cousins. Like, we got to be realistic. We can't act like we don't see from a mile away what's to come. Let us all take from this that we need to start having these conversations way before we start having babies with these men. Let's set the tone, get a ring before the baby, set the tone for the foundation of the relationship. I know a lot of women, they say they do not want marriage, but if that is your choice for real, then so be it. But make sure you're doing what you need to do and you pick the right partner for your child, because at the end of the day is going to end and your baby is going to need a great co-parent, okay, regardless if you guys are together or not. Man, this was, I really do wish them all the best. Congratulations to Deiondra Saunders. Congratulations to the Saunders family. Congratulations to Jacquees. All my cousins, please unpack your thoughts in the comments. Like the video. Please let me know, how do you guys feel about this whole situation? Do you guys feel like you should be having these conversations while you're pregnant, before you're pregnant? How do you feel about this? Comment down below. Bye.
What's it called about?
What was it about?
They said my boys weren't happy.
They wasn't happy.
They protect their sisters.
Yeah,
so
they protect. Yeah.
And they so mad. Oh, Dad, y'all don't let the joker get in the family.
I know Shallow.
Oh, yeah.
was.
Yeah, they were fighting mad. But I say, no, you gotta understand now. It could be a blessing.
Oh, it's gonna be the
Deiondra
biggest blessing.
She's been praying.
Yeah.
You know, that one day she could be a mother. Y'all say y'all don't even understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
And God gave it to her. I understand you may not accept who she's with at the time, but think about the gift from God that He bestowed upon her, because she's gonna be a wonderful mother, and we're gonna make sure of that. They gave me a book, The Little Engine That Could, and then they gave me a onesie for the baby.
Yeah.
You have destroyed me. You really have. I am a granddad now, and I keep telling I'm not ready to be no granddaddy.